All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 63. It is approximately 9:16 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So it's been a while, guys, and happy Friday. Today is Friday, July 17th, 2020. And right now I'm actually taking down some mozzarella sticks. Very good. So again, today is Friday, July 17th, 2020, and there's a couple things I do want to go over. So first off, I hope everybody is well. If you're living in the South or the West, I know you guys in those areas of the regions of the United States, I hope all is well. Make sure you're staying healthy and safety. And also, too, for anybody watching this channel right now, please do not stop wearing the mask. Please make sure you are wearing the mask when you are out, and make sure to you're not just covering this part of your face. Don't just do this. Make sure the mask goes up like this, and make sure it covers your chin too. This is the best way right here to protect you from the coronavirus pandemic. So make sure you have this on at all times when you cannot practice social distancing, when you are going into a shopping mall, and when you're filming elevators. Make sure you have this mask on. Another thing, this is also very important too. First of all, you can wear gloves, it's optional, but what I recommend is, not that bottle, make sure you have a bottle of hand sanitizer. This is also very important too when you are filming elevators. So the mask, have this on. I don't care, what anybody says, there's no excuse. You need to wear the mask. So mask and this, because elevators are high germ areas, and don't touch your face when you're done filming. Make sure you have this on with you at all times. Anyways, so that was just a little thing there. Hello, Chris. It looks like some pools are open in Ocean City, Maryland. That's good. Hi, Michael Feldman. How are you? That's okay. Hey, Matt. How are you, man? Oh, happy birthday to your grandmother. 90 years old. Wow. Happy birthday. Hi, Privacy J Productions. How are you? Okay, 14 years old. Okay, cool. Just taking down some mozzarella sticks right now as we speak. Is it really good, actually? So, but what I was going to say, there's a couple of things I want to talk about today. First off, Sears. So as a lot of you have seen, I went to both Sears and Hackensack, and I also went to Sears and Rockaway. So that was what I have accomplished over the past couple of weeks. So I just found out a couple days ago that, well, actually I've known this for a while now. So Nordstrom's and Freehold is having a fixture liquidation sale. What that means is they're not going to sell clothes, but they are going to have fixtures, and they're going to open up the building to the public. That is going to begin this Sunday, and it's going to run for about 10 days. And yes, of course, you guys know I'm going. I'm planning to go at some point next week, probably in the middle of the week. I'm just getting the pieces of the puzzle together, and I will be going down to the Freehold Raceway Mall in Freehold, New Jersey at some point next week. And definitely not during the weekend. It will be at some point in the middle of next week. Do you think Evil Eddie will sell Kenmore? Probably. I mean, at this point, they're just stripping Sears off piece by piece. I mean, Sears is closing Rockaway, and they're closing Hackensack, which is now the closest store to my house. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kenmore is next. Yes, yeah. I haven't been to Freehold since 2013. I am definitely due for a trip back there. I wouldn't go if Nordstrom's wasn't having this fixture liquidation sale, but I'm definitely going. And if I can arrange something with another filmer, it could definitely work out very well. Oh, Kenmore. I did have a Kenmore refrigerator in the house that I'm currently doing a live stream in, but sadly that was replaced with a different type of fridge that's no longer a Kenmore. My friend came over for dinner today. We all had a mask. I don't think you really need to wear a mask. I mean, as long as you practice distancing, that's kind of weird. I don't know why you would wear masks. That's just weird, especially if it's a close friend. I would get it though if it's someone who's strange and who hasn't been like around, but yeah. Not much, Ultra Eric. How are you? Yeah, I know. Kings Plaza, September 27th, Sunday, September 27th, 2020. And actually, I'm going to be putting up a video a little bit later on tonight about the Poughkeepsie Galleria store, which I just found out on that phone call, from calling the store at the physical location itself. They will also be closing on this 27th, the same day that the Kings Plaza location. And it's really interesting, too. I Hate Escalators just uploaded a video of that JCPenney elevator. And literally, it wasn't even like a week. It was 4 days after JCPenney announced that they were closing the store. It's crazy. Like, literally, 4 days up, next thing you know, we're closing because of the coronavirus pandemic. So, hey, Yankee fan, how are you? I went to the Sears website to look for exercise equipment, and the website said a link to exercise equipment. And the website does not work after all. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, at this point, Sears is literally hanging on by a thread. I mean, they're closing Rockaway on the Sunday, September 13th, and they're closing what's the other one that they're closing? Oh yeah, downtown Hackensack on the 12th, and that's because of the Bergen County Blues. That's why that store's closing earlier, but earlier than the Rockaway location in particular. Yeah, I Hate Escalators a lot too. Yes. So they're not having a clothing liquidation sale. However, the fixtures such as the mannequins, the displays, even the stuff like they're selling everything in the kitchen. It's crazy. Yeah, they're good. They're good, Yankee fan. They're all good. Thanks for asking. Hi, Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator fan. How are you? Yeah, Sears is still there. They haven't announced yet about that one closing. I don't think so, because there's still been good parts about the year. But yeah, there is a lot of retail closings. But I'm still making the best of 2020. I look at the positives. I try to ignore the negatives because it's just that they just throw you with so much news. And you know what? At some point, I say to myself, "This is ridiculous," you know. But whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, I was very surprised about JCPenney closing at Kings Plaza. Okay, yeah, sure, Jeremy. Let's see. Smith is Lord and Taylor. I don't know. Leto Ted has been very quiet about Lord and Taylor. They haven't really said anything. I don't think so. Oh, Soulfly? Yeah. Yeah, movie theaters closed, have been closed for a while now. And I don't think they're opening up anytime soon. Especially with the rise of coronavirus cases like in the south and the west of the country. Kmart, we only got 4 stores left, Jeremy. We got Westwood, we got Avenel, Kearney, Passaic, and Belleville. Yeah, that's right. I did look at their hours, so that's why I'm going Wednesday, because Lord and Taylor will be open there. I went to the gallery at Pittsburgh Mills and it was dead. Not only that, I had a close call with security while taking pictures in the food court. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. And I'm sure. I think that's a dead mall, Pittsburgh Mills. Probably almost had it. They probably were. I'm sure they're going rounds because I guess they don't want bad publicity on TV. But you can't hide the evidence forever. That's for sure. I do agree with him on that. The public transportation options, there's not a lot of them. What they should have done, and there's a rail station right there too. They should have finished the loop, and they should have They should have just connected it. In fact, they should have taken another existing line, the Pascagoula Valley line, and make it through the Meadowlands Rail, or make it go run through the Meadowlands. That's what they should have done. But welcome to the way that my state plans, unfortunately. No, those malls aren't outdoors. Yeah. Well, that's good at least. Oh, the Maltosaurus. Yeah, that's a sad. That is a sad mall story. Not too much is left there. It's pretty dead at this point. Except you do have Dave and Buster's, you do have P.F. Chang's, and you have the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, it is. It's open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're closed Monday, Tuesday. Lord and Taylor literally has the weirdest hours, I will say. So they are, I think, because they want to get, because they get it, their economic engines, and they want to do that. So I would definitely encourage public transit to be more accessible. And I would say, guys, we got to finish this loop near the Meadowlands station. Let's utilize an existing train station. That's what I would do, honestly. Because then at least you can have people take the train to the mall, right? That's what we want. Less cars on the road. Yeah, putting that station there was a huge mistake. And that crossing never gets utilized at all. The one that goes over all three tracks never gets used at all. It's literally blocked off. So, by the way, what occurred with the Schindler and the Dover at the former Sears and Roebuck store at the Kings Plaza? That got split up into the JC Penney Kings Plaza. You got a Zara, and I think you had a Primark that went in there. But now JC Penney is moving out of there. No, actually, no. There's not a Lord and Taylor store in Delaware. It's interesting you bring that up, though. There is no Lord and Taylor in Delaware, I don't think. But quote me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I mean, look, as long as people wear the face mask, constantly washing their hands, and keep a safe distance, it's not really an issue. We haven't had issues with that here. So I think our area in particular is on track to coming back with a new normal. Face masks and hand sanitizer, obviously. And yeah, that's what I think we have to do. But yeah, concerts, no. I don't think that's a bad one. Yeah, there's no Lord and Taylor in Pittsburgh. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm looking into Hershey Park. I don't know when I'm gonna go, and it's like the middle of July. So yeah, yeah, they were definitely gutted when the building was renovated. I'm not surprised. They've been constantly doing that in New York City, even after 4th of July, which is kind of sad. Oh, Candemonium. Yeah. Is it really? Yeah, that's why I want to go out there this year. Because of that roller coaster. No, no, Lord and Taylor was never at the Christiana Mall. Depends on what anchor stores they've lost. Freehold is in some serious trouble, and that's even if they lose their Lord and Taylor. That mall's in some serious trouble. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's far from what's it called? I don't even know what I was saying. Damn. You know what, guys? I just lost my train of thought. My apologies. No, it's really nothing special to get. Although impulse parts are special, but no, MT parts are not special. Palisades. Palisades. It's that mall could also be in trouble too. I mean, it lost its Lord and Taylor, it lost its J.C. Penney, and Macy's could very well close in the next couple of years. Well, definitely, we need to widen the lanes, especially between the worst. The worst part is a part between the street called Essex Street and Fairview Avenue. That's the worst with the traffic. Beware of Pennsylvania tolls. Well, that's if you travel the Pennsylvania Turnpike. That can get expensive quickly. 115 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. Wow. And that's a bad COVID hotspot right now. So you got a heat wave and you got COVID-19 infections. That's a recipe for a disaster. I think so, unless they've had several anchors that closed. Typically, if you got a lot of anchors closing, your mall is in trouble. And speaking of that, Freehold could very well be in trouble. Nordstrom's is leaving in August, and Lord & Taylor I don't know about yet. And the term, yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Yeah, I don't know yet when I'm going to Hershey Park, nor am I going to Harrisburg Mall. I have no idea yet. I cannot put that out there. But right now, I do know about Freehold Raceway. Yes, and that's another very interesting thing. So a Crate and Barrel store, like almost like a clearance center. It's a very weird thing. And they put a Crate and Barrel outlet in a former Lord & Taylor. A very weird place to put one too. But getting back to Freehold, Freehold Raceway is a mall that could very well be in some serious trouble. They're losing their Nordstrom's, which was a huge draw. They lost Sears back in February. Lord & Taylor may or may not hang on, depending on if there's a second wave of COVID. JCPenney is closing thousands of stores, and that Macy's could very well be on the chopping block too. So Freehold Raceway Mall is a mall that could very well be in trouble in the next couple of years. Well, New York State now is requiring that when you get alcohol, you have to order food. So I think that's smart too, and that actually prevents even more spread. So you actually have to order food, which is actually what I'm eating right now in New York. They should do the same thing for New Jersey. They really should look into that, because you know what? That is the way you get indoor dining opened. You close the bars completely, and if you want to have alcohol, it has to be at a table. No bars at all. No excuses. That's how it should be. Until there's a COVID-19 vaccine, that's why bars should be closed. Mm-hmm. They lost Lord & Taylor last year. Well, Microsoft did a failed attempt to compete with Apple, and Microsoft nowadays is just doing business. Because you got to remember, Microsoft was already making a lot of money online, especially when the pandemic hit in the middle of March. So honestly, it didn't make sense for them to open that store. Well, the thing is, people do need air conditioning, and they do need it. Yeah, so as long as the bars are not opened and people are at socially distant table, like it's every other table, it can work. So, yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, that's another sad one. 200 stores, and Modell's too. That's another sad story. But I'm not going to Monmouth Mall for a Sigma 4. I'm sorry. I will gladly go to Freehold for an Otis Vanity, but I will not waste my time with a ThyssenKrupp Aurora. That's a waste. Thanks. Hi, Train Master. How are you? All right, stay safe, man. Thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, it is going out of business at Monmouth Mall. Very sad. Very sad that store is going out. But honestly, if you want my advice, I never liked Modell's. It was a very crappy sporting goods store. And what's it called? It wasn't as good quality as something as Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's Sporting Goods was much better quality for the sporting what's it called? Sporting goods, that people could get. Like they had the best bats, the best, stuff for soccer and all the other sports, soccer, basketball, volleyball, baseball. They had a lot of great stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're very low end, and I was never a fan of their stores. So to me, it's really no loss. Oh, they did. There will be a video going up with of that elevator in a couple of months. I just don't know when exactly it's going up. Actually, no, that was a Galen's. Now, what Galen's was a outdoor chain. It was not a Dick's Sporting Goods. It was a Galen's. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Galen's was an outdoor adventure store, which actually offered a lot more than Dick's. But Galen's, excuse me, was bought out by Dick's in the early 2000s. And actually, what was interestingly enough, Dick's was they were in love with the two level stores that they would ultimately adopt that as a new format for some of their stores. They would adapt the Galen's two level thing. If you some examples of Galen stores, Woodbridge, Freehold, Roosevelt Field. Those are just some examples of some former Galen stores. And they had a really interesting logo too. They had it was like a light brown bear. It's pretty cool actually. Yeah. Is that in New York City? Yeah. Yeah, I was never a fan of Sports Authority either. So Sports Authority was that sporting goods store that was right in the middle. It wasn't a Modell's and it wasn't a Dick's. It was somewhere, it was a step up from Modell's, but a step down from Dick's. It kind of just sat in the middle. Although when I was when I was very, and this was like freshman year of high school, that was the beginning of the end for Sports Authority. That's when they started closing their stores. And as a matter of fact, I actually did have a gift card that I needed to use before the chain went defunct. So I had to use the gift card once before they were going defunct. But we had a lot of Sports Authorities around here. We had two of them up in Paramus, one in Clifton, and one in Secaucus. The two in Paramus, the one near the Westfield Garden State there has not been a new tenant in there. The one near Paramus Park has been converted to a Floor and Decor, and the one in Clifton has been converted to a Burlington store, and the one in, what's the other location that it's in? Secaucus was converted to a Prom Girl, but it's supposed to be something else. Yeah, there was a Sports Authority at the Palisades Center and Ramsey. Yep, those were the two. I actually do want to check something. What's the name of the property? Oh, I think it's Levin Management. Those are the people that are responsible for the plaza at Harmon Meadow. I want to see if they've actually. I heard a rumor about like a Trader Joe's they were trying to get in like Secaucus. So I don't know if that's actually come to be. Let me actually check real quick. I'm actually on Levin's website right now as we speak. Let's check out their properties. Lease pending. Let's see. Damn, they don't even have a picture of interesting. Let me try reloading the page. Yeah, not a picture of the property. That really sucks. Oh well. So I don't know about that one. Sierra Trading Post. That's the one store we don't have around here is a Sierra Trading Post. And it would do very well around here, actually, if they decided to put one in. We do have a HomeSense. It went in a former Office Depot. But we don't have a Sierra around here. We have another major store that opened up too. We still have the Macy's Furniture Gallery. Oh, You know what? No, not another major store. I'm sorry. Pure One Imports. This is something I wanted to bring up as well. So Pure One Imports was supposed to close about half their stores, and now they're closing all their stores, completely ceasing operation by September of 2020. So Pure One Imports is done, unfortunately. Hi, Elevators Rock On. How are you? So yeah, that chain is definitely done. Yep, the whole company's going under. And this week too, I just found out that Izod and another brand are also going out of business by next year. So there's a lot of closings. Yeah, I went to the Clifton one a couple days ago. Yeah, and they're very strict about how many people go inside too. But yeah, Pure One is done. Honestly, yeah, they're done. They're completely closing all their stores. Pure One is done. Bunch of Sears stores closing in New Jersey. J.C. Penney in New Jersey really dodged the COVID. Like none of the stores are closing in New Jersey, but New York got hit hard with J.C. Penney closures. Like all across the state, they're closing. I don't know. Like even in upstate New York, they got hit. New York City is getting hit hard. JCPenney Manhattan Mall's not reopening. Kings Plaza is going away. And then you got two in the New York City suburbs, at the one at the Poughkeepsie Galleria, and then the one at Westfield South Shore, which I just visited not too long ago. So it's lots of closings. And then the Nordstrom's closings in Freehold. Um, I don't know. Oh, the Izod Center. That's an interesting thing. I don't know what the state is doing with that. They really should turn it into a convention center, I think. I think it's just a mistake to keep it open. I mean, I think the state's losing money, honestly, keeping it up. What? You got the Prudential Center. So, you know, that's why too. Yeah, apparently with J.C. Penney, they did actually swap out. I have a feeling that they swapped out two of the J.C. Penney stores and added the two in New York City. So that's probably why they removed them, because they probably swapped them. They're probably keeping those stores for now at least. But they are, yeah, they must have swapped the Pittsburgh stores for the New York stores, so that they're keeping the two in Pittsburgh, but New York City, such as Manhattan Mall and Kings Plaza, they're going away. Well, Manhattan Mall is already done. I was actually in the city on Monday, and they still haven't taken down the JCPenney flags yet. But I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure that's any day now at this point. Kings Plaza is running their liquidation sales at the moment. But I think the biggest loss out of the four, at least closing in New York, Westfield South Shore, hands down, that's the biggest loss, because you got a classic Dover and then you got a Burlington Dover, not to mention the freight in there too. So that location in itself is a loss for the mall. And then Sears in Rockaway is closing Sunday, September 13th, and Sears in Hackensack is closing September 12th, meaning Jersey City is the last one in the state. New York still has 5 Sears stores. A couple of them are in New York City. 2 of them are out on Long Island. One is in Newburgh, and then one of them is in White Plains. So it's only a matter of time, though, before they announce liquidation sales at those stores. But right now, New Jersey once again got hit hard with Sears closures. The Hackensack one, which is the closest one to me, it's probably less than 10 minutes away. And the one in Rockaway was a loss, because that was a classic Otis, which had classic leveling. But I'm very interested to see what Nordstrom's Freehold is going to be like. No, 2006. That was a 2006 installation. That I don't know. For now, yes, American Dream is not in trouble, but it could very well do that. No, I wouldn't either. That's a waste. I'm definitely doing an Otis Elevonic vanity for that reason, but no, I would not waste my time with Monmouth. I would not waste my time, but Freehold, yes, I would. And actually, I can take the bus down there, which is really convenient. But yeah, that's why I'm doing that. I'm staying away from Monmouth Mall. I'm not going there unless I have to be in that area for some odd reason. Because I got a store already at Monmouth. I don't think they want to expand their footprint right now, which is probably not the smartest idea. It's interesting that Simon didn't get American Dream because they would have had the power. They would have acquired the largest mall in New Jersey. I think at the time the project was troubled from the start, and I think Simon, I guess at the time, was more interested in a mall that's been around for a very long time, which at the time I guess was the Shops at Riverside, because Simon for years wanted to get their footprint in Bergen County, and the Shops at Riverside was their opportunity to do so. Personally, I hate going there. I really don't have a desire to go there. I try very hard to just enjoy the mall architecture, but it's really not my favorite mall to be at, honestly. Even while filming an elevator about a week ago, I almost had another encounter with mall security once again. At the time, I guess I was able to hide myself in the elevator, but I had to walk around. It was just silly to be there. I personally do not like going there. Rockaway Town Square, which is now slated to lose its one of its 4 anchor stores by September 2020. So, even that's sad. But yeah. Just checking my phone real quick. You should. No, Boscov's, I don't think so. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no. I mean, Bergen County only has one left, and we're losing our last Sears in September. Kmart Westwood is the only one left. And I think that that store's days are numbered. I think, in my opinion, I think they're going to close a couple more Kmart's. I think right now, because Kmart was somehow able to stay open during COVID-19, they have a little bit of money left, but I think that money is going to run out sooner than later, and I think they're going to be forced to close more New Jersey stores. Right now, we got 4 New Jersey stores. Yeah, because of the traffic. Honestly, I don't. I'm very sorry to say that. I don't know. I don't know about that. Sorry. I think that's because of the whole traffic situation. You are right about that. I have seen a video on that, but yeah, not enough. So, but videos for this week, guys. Got a couple more going up from Rockaway, and and then I have another video going up on Wednesday. It's a surprise, but it is going to go up on Wednesday. So a couple more videos from Rockaway, and then a special video on Wednesday. I've heard about DC traffic, and I've also heard about people getting tickets for speeding. Yeah, I hear it's pretty bad in DC. I mean, traffic, all the crazy protests. It's a pretty bad city, and I get it because it's like the capital city. But wow, yeah, DC sucks. Sorry to say that to anybody who lives there. I don't know you. Nah, the worst traffic, Los Angeles. New York's pretty bad too, but Los Angeles is like the worst. And I've been through that. That's like the worst. The problem is in Los Angeles, you don't have too many transportation options. So I thought that was my phone going off for a second. But yeah, that kind of sucks. Of course, I've been into Sam's Club. That's not bad. The wholesale club I prefer is Costco, and the reason is because it's better quality. Honestly, my least favorite one, BJ's Wholesale Club, and I was actually just there today. Very like it's a poor man's place. It's very bad, especially the location that's closest to me. That's like it was just a very bad one. Really? No, I've never heard of Rocky Mountain Construction before. Yeah, Costco, it's good quality. Not only is it good quality, but they actually make some great food too. Last Friday I had some of their pizza. It's pretty good actually. They make some pretty good pizza, especially considering they're not a place of pizza. But the fact that they're able to make good tasting pizza. And BJ's tried to do that too. But then BJ's finally gave up and said, "Yeah, we're just gonna stick with Dunkin'." And even that's like not great. So Walmart's okay. I'm not like a huge fan of Walmart. I mean, Walmart serves one purpose for me. I'm not really like the Wayne Costco. Yeah, the closest Costco to where I live is in Teterboro. There is one in Clifton, but it's not as nice. And personally, I'm surprised they haven't closed that one, although I know why that's still there. I think it's because of the blue law. So Passaic County actually has two Costco stores. It has the one in Wayne and the one in Clifton. I think they have the one in Clifton because of the blue laws. And that's probably why they get all the Bergen County shoppers on a Sunday to go to Clifton because they're able to buy clothes there. Now the Hackensack one, they're used to actually that's a business one now. That used to be the old Costco, and then Costco was able to relocate themselves to the one at Teterboro Landing. It is a big location for them, and that was a very smart move for Costco to make personally. But it's very similar to the Wayne Costco. Yeah, Costco's are very big. The Sam's Clubs are too, but the Costco's are the very big ones. I've been in there a couple times. It's not a bad place to go, honestly. But you do get hit with the annual membership fee, which is like over $50 a month. It gets expensive, but you know what? If you do big bulk shopping and you buy a lot of food, then it's worth paying. It's worth paying for 12 months. A year almost. Well, 12 months is a year. What am I thinking? I'm not really doing some math here. It's 9:54 at night, but anyways, so. Let's see. I don't think there's any other news to talk about, like store closings and stuff. Coon Rapids. That store is definitely closed. Let's take a look and see if there's any others that are closing. I don't think so. Nope. No, there's no new ones that are closing. The crazy thing is schools. I don't know, honestly. That's a very good question, and honestly, I don't know the answer to that. South Hills Village has an original Otis Black button hydraulic elevator. Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, I've been to a couple of cool places. I've been to the Genetti Hotel by Best Western. That had some pretty cool Otis black button elevators. Though those were fun to ride. Those were a lot of fun to ride. And I didn't know about that back elevator too. I saw that the other day. Whoever put that up. on YouTube. I was like, damn, I didn't know they had another one. But yeah, that was a pretty cool hotel to see, the Genetti. That was a pretty cool place to go, and I'm glad I was able to go there. Um, but Williamsport, it was a cute little city. It was a cute little city. Um, yeah, I've been on a couple black button Otis hydraulics. Can't think of any around here that are black buttons though. The closest might be, well, the closest Lexan is at a place. It's at a place called the Lodi Mall. Um, but I'm not going there anytime soon. It's like a small strip mall almost. It's not really anything that's out of this world. But I've gotten a couple of good videos. Honestly, I do have a couple of good videos of some elevators in my area. I had a Dover Classic that's not too far away. A Series 5. What else? They're actually even putting a new hotel. It's called the Element by Westin. That'll be interesting to see when it's done. But I probably won't go there till like after there's a COVID vaccine, most likely. Oh, how'd you get kicked out of the Wayne Costco? I mean, I'll admit it. I've gotten kicked out of places too. Yeah, the other thing that's like scaring me too is like they're being so like firm on the school decision. They're like, you know what? I mean, look, mentally the kids need to go back. And if there needs to be a half-day schedule, let there be a half-day schedule. Don't have these people coming out in these unions. This is why I hate unions, because they come out and they like to speak out, and I really don't want to get into it, but just, if you have to, alternate the schedules, have certain groups go on certain days, and have some virtual learning. Sometimes you're just going to have to do that. So, oh, I believe the Jersey Devil, is yeah, that's a roller coaster. That is a roller coaster there. Yeah, I think that was delayed, but Candemonium opened up this year. Yes, that is an Otis Lexan. Just be very careful when you go to the second floor, because there is literally, and I mean literally, a front desk right there. So you can do it. Just make sure make sure you don't really, make yourself look obvious. Yeah, because the landlord wanted a BJ's Wholesale Club. Really? Well, I guess they like to control the people that go into their club, which is a shame. But well, it depends if you're in the area. I don't really know. That's up to you. Yeah, Macy's and Comac unfortunately is not opening up again to the public, and it's only a matter of time before they take the building down. And especially with the high demand for building a wholesale club that has food that could, potentially help out in a second wave, they're going to want to get that built as quick as possible. So that Macy's is done. That's not opening up again. But I was very happy to hear about the exciting news with Nordstrom's and Freehold. Like the fact that they're having a fixture liquidation sale is absolutely huge. So I was very happy to see that news. So I get to go back there at least and go say goodbye to the store. So really, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't really go to Six Flags that much. I was there last year. It's not really a great park. I mean, I definitely would like to run through it one time at least, but I'm not really like a huge fan of Six Flags Great Adventure. I don't know. It's very like a lot of people I think from New York City go there. It's not really like a cool, park to go to. And I could say the same thing for Hershey Park, but I think Hershey Park has much better and much higher standards than frickin' Six Flags. I think it's better standards. It's got, Hershey's Chocolate World. And honestly, that area, there's a lot more to do. And it's secluded. It's like its own little area. It's not close to a metropolitan area. Yes, you got Harrisburg, but you know what? It's far enough away from New York, and it's far enough away from Philadelphia. Dorney is bad, too. That is another not so great park. Honestly, Dorney's not great either. I'm not a huge fan of Dorney Park. There's a couple. There's Pascagoula. If you're going, depends on where you're connecting on the Garden State Parkway. If you're connecting in North Jersey, the first major toll you do hit is the Essex Toll Plaza. Then you hit Raritan, and then you do hit one more toll plaza when getting off. I think exit 105. If you do plan going on to Monmouth, depends on how you get there though. I know my roads, but I don't know. I'm not really that kind of thing. I don't receive comments from these kind of people, and a lot of it's detected by YouTube, so I don't really receive it. But thank you for the advice. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Six Flags. Yeah, they're known to really get cheap rates, and I don't know. I really like Hershey Park a lot more because Hershey Park has much higher standards, and they keep their parks clean and impressive. And that Candemonium roller coaster looks beautiful. I definitely do want to get there at some point. I don't know when, and I don't have the answer, unfortunately. Right now, I'm just sticking with the fact that I'm going to be going to Freehold next week. And that's what I'm going with right now until things do change. So, yeah, it's my favorite theme park too. Absolutely. It's hands down one of the best theme parks. And I'm not just saying that because I'm, I have relatives that live around there, but I'm saying that because Hershey Park has high standards. They really care about their customers. They care about the maintenance of the properties. Yes, they use Allied Universal. That's the one thing I'm kind of iffy on. But their Allied Universal version of security is much better than, say, something right here in New Jersey. Or they're based in Lyndhurst. I don't even freaking know. But their security, yes, it's Allied Universal, but you know what? I think they're a lot nicer than the security guards, say, at the shops at Riverside and Hackensack. Which, again, I was almost confronted once again. I was filming. I met up with Sue Josh Happy. This was last Monday. I wanted to see Sears in downtown Hackensack because it was liquidating. So we get to Riverside. I figure, you know what, the fans turned off. Let me get a fan-free take of this elevator. So I get on after Sue Josh Happy gets to film his little video. So I get on the elevator. I go up to the second floor, and I'm at the second floor. And after I get, and then I see I see the arrow go. I see the arrow from going up to going down. I'm like, oh, I guess somebody needs the elevator. Because typically when you're on an elevator, you think, okay, so somebody clearly needs the elevator. So when I get to the first floor, I see literally, and I do hide myself because obviously the last thing I want is an encounter with mall security. It was literally a guard, and it was somebody on a Segway. And I don't know. I guess they didn't see me, and I was able to hide myself. But it's scary when I go there because it's like, they know who I am, and it's unfortunate, because now I can't even get to enjoy my experience. I can't even appreciate and take pictures because I have to watch my ASSS for mall security at that mall. No, because iPlay America is already down there. The last thing I think that area wants is an amusement park. I don't know what's going to replace Nordstrom's right now. I'm more focused on getting there. At the moment. What was it? JCPenney, Primark, and Zara for short. And even they're closing stores too, Zara. So I don't know. I think the whole thing is just crazy. Well, I'm not surprised. Personally. To be honest, I think the China travel ban is going to be until there's a vaccine. And we just got to hope and pray that there's no other freaking disease. And we just got to be better prepared. So hopefully, I'm just going to leave it at this. I hope everybody in this live stream that's over the age of 18 is registered to vote. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into differences about politics, but if anybody's over 18, I hope you're registered to vote. I will say that. That's all I'm going to leave it as. So, anyways. So getting back to my discussion, well, I'm not surprised. Yeah, the other thing, Zara is very strict about video cameras, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten busted. I guess I've just gotten lucky about that. Yeah, I try to not get political because then you get arguments and stuff. So I try very hard, and it works out well for me. Everybody gets along nicely in these live stream chats, so I just leave it at that. Well, we'll see what happens with the vaccine, but for right now, the best thing to do. Where did I put that thing? The best thing to do. The best thing to do is this until there's a vaccine. So, and you know what? I can still talk under this mask pretty clearly. I mean, I don't. Sometimes I don't really get why these people are because I can breathe just fine. Like you guys can hear me talking nice and loud and clearly under the face mask. So honestly, I don't really see a difference in the face mask. Because you know what? It's the cloth doesn't touch your mouth. It's more about it going on the nose and then going around the mouth so that you have a way to clearly speak. So honestly, the mask really doesn't make that much of a difference, in my opinion, at least. I thought, oh, the mask is gonna stink, and I guess I took a step back and I'm like, the mask ain't so bad. Honestly, if it prevents the spread of germs, it's worth it. So, where'd you go today, John C? Oh, yeah. Well, if it's an apartment building, I could see why. Not typically, unless you're visiting like a friend or something. Ugh. I have to watch that video after this. Oh yeah, the Zara employees don't care because they think, see, and you know what? Let me get it. Because you know what happens. So if a Zara employee sees you doing this, right? You're filming your elevator with your video camera, and you're going like this. Then they're gonna think, ooh, look at him. He's suspicious because he's got a video camera. So I don't know, honestly. I was just trying to show you guys. I was just trying to show you guys an example because I actually love showing examples because you guys get to see exactly what I'm describing. But, anyways. Oh, Tropicana, the casino and resort in Atlantic City. Yeah, nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm not exactly. I'm not exactly like. I don't really like Atlantic City. Oh yeah, guys, if it does buffer, I do apologize about that. I'm not really into like Atlantic City that much. It was supposed to be Vegas, but not really. So yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, I typically, depending on the area, if the elevator's like secluded and it's away from people, then I kind of talk. It depends on the area the elevator is in. No, it's not. No, the stores. Okay, stores don't go bankrupt. They close stores. Then companies go bankrupt. This is something I want to stress. It's not about stores going bankrupt. It's companies going bankrupt and companies forcing to close stores. That's how the system works. It's about stores close, correct. So stores close. So when companies file for bankruptcy, then they make up a list of stores that they're going to close, and that's what happens. It's not about a store going bankrupt. A store can't physically go bankrupt. A company can go bankrupt. That's the difference. Cedar Fair is unfair. That's actually that's a pretty good Cedar Fair is unfair. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I try to do that too. Phones are smart in stores, especially like Zara, which I should probably start doing the next time I do approach a Zara store. Cedar Fair is unfair to allow in place of parks. They will invest in some parks, not do anything in their parks. Michigan's Weird Adventure hasn't received a ground upgrade original coaster since 1998. Wow, since 1998. That's almost 22 years. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Dorney Park, except their water park. Well, if the elevator door is closed, you should be okay. But you also got to make sure you don't look obvious. Like, you can't point out yourself. It's not about getting busted at Zara. It's just doing it smart and don't make yourself look obvious. You have to be very quiet. And I think this is an issue a lot of elevator filmers have. If you're going to do something, look at the store, make sure your surroundings are okay, make sure there's not an employee staring at you, make sure you do it in a way where you don't look obvious. And you know what? It's worked for me. Look at how many videos I've posted on my channel. Depends. Depends if I'm in that area for some odd reason, but probably not anytime soon, unless I have a bunch of friends who want to go up there. Oh, okay, 1975. Yeah, that's another interesting story. So they closed that one and then they reopened it, which was very interesting. Yeah, we have a couple of Zaras. We have one Zara in New Jersey that's 2 floors, and that's at Westfield Garden State Plaza. There's 2 on Long Island that are 2 levels, Roosevelt Field and Walt Whitman Shops. But there's not too many Zaras. I think only one Zara in New Jersey is 2 levels. I think American Dream is probably going to be a 2-level one. That's even if they open up that mall. One thing I do not regret is going to Nickelodeon Universe for free twice. Not only did I go once, I went for twice for free in the same day because I had a friend there, and that was a great, like, the fact that I was able to go there for twice for free. I didn't have to pay anything. I just said, my friend was there, and I was able to make history by closing Nickelodeon Universe for the 2nd day in a row. I couldn't go for the first day because I was at school, sadly, but I was able to go the 2nd day, and I was able to close the theme park. And that's a pretty good day, honestly, to close an indoor theme park. Obviously, remember, this was happening way before coronavirus. Yeah, Macy's has been really refurbishing a lot of their elevators, which is smart. Freehold did the same thing too, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that on whenever I get to go down there. But yeah, anyways. So it's very nice that I get to talk to you guys today. This was a really good live stream. Unfortunately, I am going to end this live stream in about 3 minutes. So like I said, any last minute questions, now would be the time to do so. So thanks again, guys, for really making this a great live stream. It was really nice to talk to you guys and stuff about Sears and JCPenney. I will never go to American Dream. It's Kone City. Well, you know what? I live pretty close to American Dream, and I like to see it for myself. I'm not really interested in the Kones in particular, but yeah. Not at the moment, but that could very well change. I personally don't know if Lord & Taylor is going to close. It's interesting, too. That's the only freestanding Lord & Taylor in the entire state of New Jersey. All the other ones are connected to a mall. I still find that to be very interesting. And that's that's the last Lord & Taylor to not even have a modernized Burlington elevator. But they modernized the escalators, which is weird. They did the reverse with Livingston. Yeah, that's probably your best bet. I mean, you could even do downtown Westfield. Honestly, there's a couple of good things there. But Woodbridge Center, yes, that's definitely worth seeing. I would do Woodbridge Center, Willowbrook, Bridgewater. You could do too. That's another really nice mall if you really want to. That's right off of Interstate 78, and you literally, like, you go 78 if you're coming from Pittsburgh. You go 78 east, and then you could go down to like 287, and Bridgewater's right down there. It's another like nice little mall to visit too, Depends on if there's going to be another major store. And no, Lord & Taylor does not count. I'm talking like a Macy's closing or like a Bloomingdale's closing. That I would consider Walt Whitman again. But right now, no, I'm not considering Walt Whitman anytime soon. Strange fact is there isn't a single. Zara was not big at the time, and plus, by the time Zara started coming in, which was like the mid to late 2010s, Zara was very The particular elevator model was discontinued by like 2004, and by the time Zara started entering, the elevator model was discontinued way before then. The 338 has been around for a very long time. It's pretty much been exactly the same since 2001, but it was the 321A back in 98, and it got rebranded to 338 in 2001. And it's been in many places since, and they're still making them to this very day, which is, to me, is very interesting. Yeah, they wanted to. But you know what? Westfield, I guess, wanted to keep Westfield Garden State Plaza because then they would have two Westfield centers beating the crap out of each other, which makes sense. Why try to build another Westfield center when you're already in charge of the largest mall in the state of New Jersey? I've never been to Monmouth. No, I don't have to. I can take the train, which is not too far away from me, and I can just connect through Penn Station. But I would definitely go to Walt Whitman if I had the chance. If legit, like, if there was something, and I'm talking like Macy's, I'm talking like Bloomingdale's would close. Then I would go, hi, Pascagoula Valley Line trains, how are you? I'm talking like something big would have to close, like Bloomingdale's would have to close. Yeah. Well, I mean, you compare Westfield Garden State Plaza with Westfield Sunrise, and that's probably your best example. They've never, well, the other issue too is that person who said no, and that's what pretty much doomed the mall. That's why they lost to JCPenney. Sears is literally hanging on, which is just amazing how that they're still there. And then Macy's could very well close that store too. Yes, it was made famous by I Hate Escalators. An at-home store I think moved on the first level. Founded in 1911. Interesting. I'm pretty good. Just tired. Did a lot of running around today. It's going to be hot this weekend, so I'm just going to try and stay cool as best as I can. So, yeah, I would imagine they're going to open it up sooner than later. So, no, that'll be Schindler. Yeah, that is interesting. All right, buy elevators of Steel City. Buy Otis Elevator fan. 102. Damn, there's a lot of people in here. Wow. Wow, the 110th anniversary of Boscov's. Well, hopefully by then there'll be a vaccine and Boscov's can have a big celebration. Nope, I have no idea. Yeah, it'll be 95 degrees. It's gonna be hot this weekend. I actually check the weather right now on my phone. I can tell you guys exactly what the temperature is gonna be. In my area, it's gonna be 94 on Saturday and 96 degrees on Sunday. It is going to be hot this weekend. Recommendation: if you guys don't have a pool, use a garden hose. Westfield would have used Kone, and I don't know what their entertainment options would have been there. Yeah, you got the 338 in the parking deck, and you got the 338 H&M. You also got the 338 Lowe's, the home improvement store, not the movie theater, but yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. We only have one Sears and Roebuck store left in New Jersey, and that's at the Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. Well, that's going to be as of September 13th, 2020, when Rockaway closes. Yeah. So, my favorite mall, Short Hills. Short Hills, hands down, is one of the best malls in New Jersey because it's all Taubman, and I love Taubman properties. I've been to two, actually. I've been to Mall at Short Hills and Stanford Town Center. I have yet to go to West Farms, which actually does have a Nordstrom store. But right now, my main focus for next week is Freehold Raceway. He did do a tour of Bloomingdale's. No, it's not near the Target. It's near the it's right near the not sorry, not Bloomingdale's. Not Bloomingdale's. I'm thinking of another area in the mall. It's right near the Marshalls and the brand new Burlington. That was a very weird installation. I guess they had to do it to be with ADA compliant standards, so that's probably why. They really should. Yeah, it's all Westinghouse at the mall at Short Hills. And they have some Schindlers and the ThyssenKrupp and Bloomingdale's. You got the new Schindler that went into the former Saks Fifth Avenue. So there's that. So you got some good options for some elevators there. No, I think there's already a Best Buy in Freehold. What they could very well do on the lower level, maybe a Dave & Buster's, but that's too close to there. If you were in charge of Simon, what would you do? First off, I would say goodbye to the no elevator photography policy. I would definitely change that. That would be my first one. Well, every Schindler 330 has an ECI interlock. That's literally a no-brainer. Any Schindler 330 that's installed has an ECI interlock. That's a guaranteed. There's no. But Nationals, which that was the last elevator I was on a couple days ago. Those typically have GAL interlocks because that's like a third-party elevator company. No. Round one got rejected, and I know exactly why. So the problem was iPlay America was just down the road. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Pine Power Li, how are you? That's a shame, man. That's a real shame. But anyways, what do you think premise malls are going to do to compete with American Dream? So, oh wow, interesting. I was down in Atlantic City and I filmed a 1960s, 1970 elevator, Westinghouse, the Ocean Tower. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, there's a couple of national elevators near me, so yeah. But anyways, so yeah, Otis black buttons are very cool. But anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Nordstrom's and Freehold next week. That's going to be very interesting to see. So, anyways, but there's a lot of you in here. All right. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the live stream for tonight. Thank you guys again for watching. I had a really good time. Not only Schindler's. Yeah, I'm going on Wednesday, I believe, to Nordstrom's and Freehold because they're running fixture liquidation sales from the 19th to the 29th. So I plan on going down there. What's it called? Yeah. The 22nd, I believe. That's when I'm going to go down. So, anyways. No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm ending anyway, so. But thanks for coming on, Pine Power Li. So, anyways, so thank you guys again for watching this Q&A live stream number 63, and we will see you guys next time. That will be it.